Hi North Fondy, and welcome to your efficiency training for this week. We're going to discuss LMSs. So what is it and why do you want one? LMS stands for Learning Management System. This is a system that you can use to keep students and teachers, but especially the teachers, organized. It's going to keep a record of what is given out to your students via the LMS and also what is turned in. So when we hear, well, I put it in your basket, or he always loses my stuff, or it was turned in on time, really it was. Not anymore. You're going to have a record of where that stuff is. Students can review their materials, complete their work, and turn in work whenever, wherever they are. That means even if they're not in school. So if they're sick, on vacation, they can still access these materials anywhere. So we have some options. Some of the major LMS systems include Edmodo, Schoology, Haiku, eBackpack, My Big Campus, Moodle, and Blackboard. Some of these are being used in school right now. Some things to consider when you're choosing an LMS is the cost. Some of these do have a cost to them in order to use them. The features that you need and that you appreciate, and also the layout, that there's different philosophies in terms of how it's laid out, like a file system, like social media. So those are things you need to compare when you're choosing one. For those choices, something to keep in mind is that LMSs can change very, very rapidly. They're all mostly web-based, which means that when the developer changes something, it can add features or change the layout overnight. So that also means that this game isn't really easy to say who's winning and who's lagging, because that can change very quickly. This district is not going to say we're going to use this platform. For example, the 6th and 8th grade with the iPads have chosen to use eBackpack as their LMS, and that works well for them. Doug and I have used Edmodo for years, and we really like that. Mike and Katie in the high school are using Haiku. Fond du Lac also uses Haiku. This approach, saying that we're going to not say this is our LMS, is consistent with the EdTech agnostic approach that we've kind of adopted with technology. The bottom line is, of course, that you should do what's best for you and your students, and you are the expert of that. For our efficiency training, that Sandy and I are going to utilize Edmodo for training. This is arguably because it's the easiest to get started using. There's not a lot to do. You can get started very quickly, and it's pretty easy to keep track of. And it's also probably the most widely used LMS in education. Basically, in terms of LMS, is that Edmodo is to learning management systems like Kleenex is to facial tissues. It's just kind of synonymous. So let's get started. That if you want to participate in this, you want to kind of get a chance to use an LMS, in this case Edmodo, in a stress-free environment with lots of support. We're going to give you hands-on experience with Edmodo. You can use Edmodo to apply the stuff we learn here to a different platform that might meet your needs better, and that you can see how we can award badges for completing objectives, and that this is something that you can use to demonstrate your proficiency for OASIS.
Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
So if you want to join, go to edmodo.com, and you're going to create an account as a teacher. You can fill that out and fill in the information. Or if you already have an account, you're going to see on the left-hand side where you can choose to join a group. Our group code for this is going to be RF107I. So I will show you how that looks like, and we can get started. So here's where you'd go to create at edmodo.com. If you don't have an account already, you can choose to create one. It's free and easy. You choose a username for yourself, put in your password and email. You can sign in with either your username or your email, so choose one or both that work for you. You can choose to have your title there, and that for students it'll say Mr. or Mrs. or Miss or Doctor instead of your first name, which is nice. And then you can agree and sign up. Since I already have an account, I'm going to log in. Also, if you forgot your password, you know you had one, but you don't remember your email address you used or your username or your password that you can use that to retrieve it. I'm going to sign in. And on the side here is where to join our group after you've created an account. Just click join and you're going to enter that code. So put in the code RF107I and join, and then you would join our group here. That's all it is to get started. It's free, easy. Hope you find some value in that. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.